Sorry for the little jump there. I ran out of memory. I forgot to delete my last videos, especially that hour-long one. Anyway, it made a little beeping noise at least. It's done it before and never made any noise. I just keep talking. I don't know when it ran out. These are nice places. They're little condos. They built these, I think, well, it was not long after I got here. Private. Looks like they used some cheaper roofing material on the center one. Either that or it was a lot older than the others. The paint's all faded off it. The finish isn't too good. Those are nice though. I think they're 8 units. Might only be 4 big ones. I don't know. Pretty nice. Oh, they got trash chutes in here. I think that's what those are. It's got a garage below it. Big garage. And they got little garages you can rent back behind them too. Let's see, what was I talking about when I lost? Oh yeah, Moscow. They like to stack them high in Moscow like this. That's okay, I guess. Moscow's a nice city. It's beautiful. Pretty pricey though. I don't think it's a good place to be poor. Prices have gone up a little bit here, but just some adjustments to the new system, not a collapse. It's I noticed with the butter and the vegetables, potatoes especially. Potatoes have always been really cheap, but I went and got some today. Not good, nice ones are quite a little bit pricey. We're talking like not what I'm used to. 100 rubles or so a kilogram. Well, that's less than $1. It's higher than it used to be though. Potatoes are one of the cheapest things you can buy in the U.S., isn't it? Used to be. Can't beat taters. You do all kinds of things with them. I bought a great big bag of them. I don't know how many kilograms it is. It's pretty heavy. About the size of a 5-gallon bucket. A little bigger maybe. I buy those close to the house so I don't have to carry them a long way. I don't use the car to go get groceries. I probably could, but around here you buy a little bit at a time. A little here and a little there. That's the way Muscovites do. You see them, they pop in the grocery store on the way home from work just about every day or every other day. Grab a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and go home with it. It's a different lifestyle. I grew up in a small town. The parents would go to the grocery store once a week on Friday. Cash Dad's check from the factory. Mom would shop. Dad would just kind of like hang out. Maybe a holdover from the old rural days when you lived out in the country. You just only go to town once a week. Take your bath and go to town to do your trading. That's a good thing. A lot of pink blossoms over there. Wow, I've never noticed this before. This little park here looks like a dog park. No, why haven't I noticed that? I've had no occasion to go over that side of the park. I always take the kids over there, the big fenced-in automatic babysitter. Yeah, looks like it's made for dogs. Oh, Sophie wants a dog so bad. She's got pictures of little beagle puppies and other kind of cutesy stuff. We live in a tiny apartment. It's way too small for us. So I'm the big mean monster that doesn't let her get a dog. We could own a dog the way Russians do. It could stay outside, just kind of hang out with us. But then, you got to win that dog's loyalty. It doesn't go hang out with anybody. What's it want to hang out with you for? You feed it good, maybe. Give it something to do. You can go sleep in the park. Yeah, that's definitely a dog park. Fenced in. Bring Fido here and take the leash off. I don't remember the most popular Russian dog names. There was some famous European show about a German Shepherd. It's kind of like a European version of Lassie, only I think it's a male dog. 1010? Yeah, I think it was 1010. That was popular. I don't know if it still is or not. Some of our friends had a dog they called Moita. It was a female. There's the Stalin era buildings up there overlooking the park. Nice. You really take care of these trees. Like these spaceship looking lights. LEDs. It's like a pretty cool design. So what else happened? Dmitry Medvedev, I think his name's Medved. Anyway, he used to be the prime minister of Russia. I think he still is. Nobody pays any attention to him when Putin's president. For a while there, Putin was the prime minister and Medved was president. Medved didn't get much attention then either. That's okay. You don't have to go by these ironclad bureaucratic stipulations imposed. Roosevelt, the second Roosevelt, was president for 4 terms straight in the U.S., and everybody's cool with that. Yeah, Medved, he said, he told the Europeans, we're not selling you guys food anymore. You declared us as your enemies, and you're trying to break us up. You're causing us problems. Cause serious grief and harm to Russian people. You want food? Well, grow it yourself. Or buy your GMO crap from America. He didn't say all that. He just told them, we're not selling you food. Russia's not selling food to our enemies anymore. You know, forget about it. India and China buy plenty of food. Russia's not losing a market. What's the U.S. media say about that? Russia sure is sorry now because we sanctioned them and we won't buy their stuff. Well, they don't want to sell it to you anyway. They got other markets. They'll sell you oil and gas if you're an enemy, and you got to pay in rubles or gold. It's a whole new world. I don't think people really got their heads around about how much that's going to affect things. It's going to be positive here and negative there. I'm just hope the positive can filter down to the people on the bottom of society, like me, or if it's all going to get captured by the middle management people, they all get super, super rich. Well, none of it goes down to the very floor. I doubt that. I doubt that's even possible. Russia's very social conscious as far as their general population. They just got these freaking parasites and these bureaucracies that snag everything. And they arrange everything to their liking. Oh, Putin announced all kinds of benefits for people to help them with this transition. Especially for big families. It's pretty good benefits. I mean, it's a real big help. But my wife went and checked it out and everything, and it's only for official people. It's only for people with official jobs. You have official jobs, you have unofficial jobs. You know, I don't know what the ratio is. I think it's probably close to 50-50. A lot of people, an awful lot of people, work unofficial jobs. I'll look into that. I'll do a little research. I just know that's the gist I get from what I know. Most of the people I know have unofficial jobs. Being a blogger is unofficial. Being a merchant, bringing things in from Uzbekistan or other places where they grow vegetables and fruits and everything in abundance. Import-export business. supplying grocery stores, stuff like that. I know people that have done that. It's pretty dynamic right now, but a lot of it's unofficial. You're not registered with the government, and so you're just SOL as far as all those benefits. They've always had a lot of benefits for official people. That's why the salaries are so low. You look in the paper and see they're wanting to hire people somewhere. They want a manager. 90% of the jobs you see are listed as managers. They want a manager for this and a manager for that. I don't know what exactly that entails, but they have all this freaking management here. And if they're official positions, you get all kinds of benefits. You get discounts on your electricity, on your gas, on everything. You get big discounts. They give you a cut on the schools. You know, you only pay a fraction of what it normally costs to keep your kids in schools. It makes life pretty sweet if you're in an official position, because the actual salary for these jobs, oh man, it's ridiculous. It's like 60,000 rubles a month. And right now, that's like 50, 60. Yeah, that's right. It's not much at all. I mean, a really, really good job would be 100,000 rubles a month. And right now, what's 100,000 rubles a month? A little over $1,000. So you're talking about $100 to $200 a week that you're living on. That's your salary that you get for these jobs, and that's a good one. There's a lot of jobs they want a full-time job, especially if you're like a clerk, an official clerk in a store or something like that. You know, you're making 30,000 rubles a month. I go to buy groceries for my family, and 5,000 rubles, poof, it just goes like that. And then you got to pay your bills. If you have a car, you got a lot of expenses, and a lot of people don't have cars. Even not having a car, having your house all paid for, which everybody here pretty much does, not having to pay rent, it's still pretty tight. I don't think a single person can get by on 30,000 rubles a month. I don't see it. But if you're working an official job, you get all kinds of extra benefits along with it. If you're an unofficial job and you work for one of these dirtbag oligarchs that own so many of the businesses around here, they'll train you how to steal from the customers, make up the difference. I did a video on that earlier. Yeah. Not knocking Russia, it's just the ugly side of things. There's an ugly side of America too. Not going to dwell on it, just pointing it out. I like to see some things change. Maybe they will. It's all class problems. People with no class got too much money. What I like to see is a guy with a truck and a welder in the back of it, and a steel rack on top. You could build anything you want. You could build everything in this park better than what it is. Might not be as pretty or ornate. I could do it. Yeah, you can make it ornate and pretty too if you do some castings as well, but just building stuff out of stock metal, you could build things that last for generations. You could build gates and fences and everything under the sun. It doesn't have to be manufactured. It's more efficient to manufacture in a big factory in Moscow and ship it over here and have people assemble it for 30,000 rubles a week, or a month. But a guy with a welder in the back of his truck and a steel rack on top of it. You just don't see that around here very much. You got people that are, do private work and do things. They usually work for some big company owned by a dirtbag oligarch, from what I've seen, and he pays them very little, and they're really, Soviet about the way they do it. And they get the boss pretends to pay them, so they pretend to work. Got workmanship problems a lot too. The official ones, they do a good job. They get paid better and they get the benefits, but they're under control. You don't see much private stuff. I'd love to have a welder in the back of a truck and a steel rack on here. I know where the steel places are. You can buy a discount. I can make all kinds of stuff. Gotta have money to do that, and you gotta speak Russian a lot better than me, and you gotta schmooze. Who am I gonna get contracts from? I have to make some examples of my work. I'm getting too old for that anyway. It's just the principle. In America, you can do that without being bothered too much. Depends on where you're at. And I suppose if you're in Boston or or New York City, you'd have somebody find you real quick and start giving you fines and forcing you to get licenses and have people come around and stick their nose in everything you do. Parasitic economy. Well, they're real big on that here. Seems like it's the norm. I think I'm going to have to try that next time I get to talk to some of my Russian friends. I don't get to talk to them much anymore. Most of them aren't that good at English, but I'm going to bounce that off of them. I think the way they would react to it is they wouldn't have any idea what the hell I'm talking about. You just go out and make things for people and get paid for it, you know? You have a truck and a welder. Privateering, you know? I mean, private enterprise, not privateering, that's kind of piracy. But working for yourself and making money at it. What are you talking about, Willis? That would be an unofficial job. I've had businessmen here tell me about the tax system. So you just, every million rubles you make, you pay like a certain number of rubles on taxes. I think it was like 7,000 or something. You just pay it. I don't know, you pay it quarterly or yearly or whatever. I don't know, I've never made any money here. They think I did. They've already convicted me of not paying taxes on it, but I've never made a penny here. It's funny. It's not very much, but the taxes, that is. If I can go up and get on some of that stuff in Mariupol or Novy Russia, that'd be sweet. They'll have their own laws and their own taxes and their own stuff going on. I'm pretty old and I don't understand Russian good enough as it's spoken, so yeah, fat chance. I can dream though, can't I? Well, I'm going to call this one. I'm going to splice these two together where this thing ran out of memory and make one rather longish video. We haven't talked about a whole lot of current events. The links are where your stuff is if you want to stay up on that. You probably stay up on it anyway. But we all find stuff that's especially pertinent. I highly recommend the People at Pepe Escobar article. I think I linked that before. But just Google People at Pepe Escobar, and he's got a lot of good stuff. I think he's mainly writing for, what is the Current? I'll put links in there. It's a left-wing magazine, I think, but left-wing people get it. Real left, the real left. There isn't one in America anymore that I know of. Ooh, wipeout. Oh, they're all right. Don't worry. They're tough. Pat Caddell is the last real true left guy that I knew of in politics. There he is, he's getting up. Uh-oh. Oh, a little field repair will have to be done there. I bought my kid one of those things, and it was, I guess, almost immediately stolen. He's pretty careless, my FEMA. He really, really wanted it. It's expensive, too. I was still working in the U.S. I made sure and sent plenty of money every month, or every week, actually. I send money just about every week. Send the biggest part of my paycheck here. Told the wife make sure he gets what he wants for his birthday, and she decided to give him a trip to a spa, some hotel she liked. They all went. She took pictures of it and sent it to me. Then I found out she didn't get him the freaking scooter. I said, get him the freaking scooter. And she got it. And by the time I got here, it was gone. Yeah, maybe she knew something. He's pretty careless. Looks like these other kids can hang on to theirs. I don't think their dads are buying them new ones every 2 weeks. He'll learn. World's full of dirtbags and thieves. Sooner you learn that, the better, I guess. Easy come, easy go. Guess it doesn't matter. He didn't seem to be too bummed or affected by it. Oh, that's life in the city. Oh yeah, I was going to end this. Well, hope you enjoyed your little walk in the park in exotic Crimea on a slightly brisk day. Uncle Buildy signing out.